Hi guys, welcome back. I'm with your friend. It's been quite some time since I've said that and since I've been on the channel, and it's been hectic. Last year one thing I definitely could not do was balance my time while I couldn't balance all the things that I needed to do, like my schoolwork with this channel and just everyday life in general. So that's why I found myself lacking in uploading videos and making videos. But this year I'm hoping that things are a little bit different. I'm hoping that I'll be able to be more consistent with posting and uploading videos. Secondly, I'd like to thank everybody that has stuck around in this period where I was very quiet. I know it's very annoying to subscribe to a channel and then the person just disappears, but I'm hoping that I'm free back and I'll be more consistent with posting videos. I'd also like to thank everyone who has subscribed during this period. Thank you so much for believing in me, I guess, for liking the content that I am trying to bring out. I'd also like to thank everyone that DM'd me, that slid into my DMs and just asked me where I was and when I was going to upload videos, and those who were appreciative of the content that I was doing. Thank you so much. It's people like you who just gave me the energy and gave me the reason, I guess, today to just make this video. Thank you so much to everyone who did that. You guys are really appreciated. So let me get into today's video. The 2nd of January 2022 marked the 1-year anniversary that 49-year-old daughter, mother, and I believe wife, Mary-Ann Devine has been missing. On the 2nd of January 2021, Mary-Ann was allegedly seen by a flea market vendor who was passing by. When this vendor was passing by, they saw Mary-Ann sitting in her car. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the person saw her, but her car was found the following morning on the 3rd of January at Howick Falls. It was about 30 meters from the view site, and it was allegedly broken into and her personal belongings were missing. She also was nowhere near or around the car. She was last seen wearing a maroon jacket, grey sweatpants, khakis, and a red or a pink bag. So before I continue with this case, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Howick Falls. Howick Falls, also known as KwaNoqaza, is a waterfall in Howick, KZN. It lies on the Umgeni River and is about 95 meters in height. Howick Falls is known for suicides, accidents, and murder cases. Many people have been swept over by the falls, some just trying to cross the Umgeni River. Between 1851 to, I believe, today, there have been over 40 deaths that have been recorded and that have occurred at this waterfall. There's a video here on YouTube of an American base jumper and skydiver. I believe his name is Jeb Corliss. He had a near-fatal experience whilst base jumping at the waterfall. I don't know how to explain this because I don't know the technical terms used for base jumping and parachutes and things like that. But what I do know is that something definitely went wrong when he opened his parachute. This forced him to fly into the pouring water. Now, obviously, watching the video, you'll see the intensity of the water gushing, rushing down. And you'll also be able to, I guess, compare between him who has experience with those type of currents and that type of water to someone with a zero experience with that type of environment. So back to the case. During the first 2 weeks of her disappearance, the Pietermaritzburg SAPS search and rescue team conducted extensive searches of the waterfall area. They swept the bottom of the falls and distant downstream areas, and they did this about 3 times a day. On the 13th of January, the SAPS Air Wing flew in the helicopter crew. It was used for about 2 days to search the falls area along the Umgeni River and its banks down as far as Hilton College, but they still came up with nothing and there was no sign of Mary-Ann. However, they did find her handbag during the first week of these searches. They found it about 100 meters from where her car was found. However, her wallet, ID, and cell phone were never found. Police dogs were also brought in to try pick up a scent, but nothing came from that. The police applied for Section 205 to ping her cell phone and check for her cell phone records. However, there isn't any information as to whether it was approved or if her cell phone was pinged and if there was any relevant information found on it. There were a number of searches done by the Mountain Rescuers Club. They abseiled down the side of the waterfall searching for any clues. There was also a kayak paddling team who also volunteered their time and service into conducting a detailed search of rapids and banksides, meaning around the bushes, trees, things like that. But they too came back with nothing. Because of the force of the water pouring down from the top of the falls, divers were unable to enter the water at its deepest points. Currently, there are no leads and no clues as to the situation and her disappearance, and I believe her case has now become a cold case. Now I just want to speak about theories, what could have possibly happened to her. The only theory there is right now, and the only theory that makes sense, is that she committed suicide. Whilst researching, I came across, I'm not sure if it's her husband or her brother. I couldn't find any relevant information on his relationship to her to clear that out. But whilst researching, I came across his Facebook page and he mentioned that Mary-Ann suffered from a long history of depression and mental health. She's attempted suicide before, numerous times, and the evidence or the lack of it points to this being a possibility that this was probably another suicide attempt. If she did jump from the falls, there is a possibility that her body is wedged or trapped underwater. It should surely surface. However, it's been over a year. It should have surfaced by now, but another theory, which is probably less likely to have happened, is that she was abducted or kidnapped. There is a possibility that she went to the falls to maybe just think, clear her mind, or maybe go hiking considering the way that she was dressed. Maybe she came across someone and they did something to her. Since her car was found broken into, her belongings are missing and her handbag was found meters away from her car and her cell phone also missing, makes it a possibility. But then again, the broken into car could be explained by maybe someone saw the car stranded or abandoned and they just were trying their luck to find a couple of coins or something to steal. I want to go back to the first theory for Elizabeth. Her family says that she suffered from depression, and if you have depression or know of someone suffering from it, you'll understand the ups and downs that they go through mentally. According to the World Health Organization, depression is persistent sadness and lack of interest or pleasure in previously rewarding or enjoyable activities. Tiredness and poor concentration are common symptoms of depression. Depression is a very common mental disorder. It is estimated that about 5.0% of adults globally suffer from it, and about 250 million people in the world suffer from it. It's also said that it is very common amongst women. than it is to men, and it can at times lead to suicide. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail on depression and take away from who Mary-Ann was and on this case, but I just wanted to take this opportunity and this time to just maybe educate people as to what they can do to help someone with depression, because there is a lot of stigma to people living with depression, and a lot of people just don't want to talk about it because of the way people might react to their situation. A way you can help someone with depression is by listening to them. Most people find help in talking with someone who cares about them, someone they can trust with their feelings, someone that they know will listen to them. When they do talk to you, don't dismiss their feelings, don't dismiss their thoughts, don't judge them, reassure them that you want to help and you want to support them. Secondly, try researching, finding out more about depression, just to help you understand what they are going through. And thirdly, be patient. Recovering takes time. Just make them feel like they're not alone and they're not on this journey alone. But even with that said, it's all up to that person whether they want to accept help or not. You can't really force them into being okay. You can't really force them into talking to you or feeling better, all you have to do is just be there for them and reassure them that you're supporting them. Mary-Ann's family and friends are appealing to the public. If anyone has any kind of information relevant to this case, her whereabouts, please do come forward and report it to the detective in charge of this case. I will definitely put in the details and everything in the description box. And that is it for this case. I really hope that her family finds the answers that they need, that if she is still alive, Mary-Ann goes home, and if she isn't, that they can find her body and lay her to rest and have the peace that she is found. I will definitely see you guys on the next video.